A warm welcome to you, sir. I'm Roshni H from the Department of Agriculture Engineering, third year. I have created a presentation for the course Professional Communication HS 8581, and I have enclosed my details over here. Yeah, my topic is about an overview of grey water irrigation. In this presentation, you will come to know about what is grey water, what is grey water treatment, the design parameters for grey water use system, types and sources, effects, advantages and disadvantages. First of all, what is grey water? Grey water is the wastewater produced from laundries, bathrooms, hand basins, but it can be used as a variable source at once it undergoes any treatment. One such source is called irrigation. We're going to discuss about it in detail in the upcoming slides. Yeah. What is grey water treatment? Simply we can say the treatment of grey water. This treatment includes the removal of unwanted suspended materials. Generally, grey water contains some impurities, like it can be of any form, like microorganisms or dissolved salts or whatever. So the removal of unwanted suspended material from the grey water collected is generally called grey water treatment. It not only helps in removing the suspended materials but also helps in disinfecting the water so that the water can be used for toilet flushing or irrigation or discharging to sewer lines or whatever. Here you can see three kinds of water: a clean water, grey water and black water. The clean water is denoted by blue color, the water that is present in springs, wells, or we can say a purified water, the water we use for drinking purposes, that is generally described as clean water. The grey water is denoted by grey color, the water that we get from sinks, showers, bathrooms, laundries, etc. These water do not contain that much harsh chemicals. And the third is black water. This is the water from toilets, and these generally contain harsh chemicals that may have some impacts and effects. The design parameters for grey water reuse system. These are some of the parameters that has to be considered while designing a grey water reuse system. The first is water availability or scarcity. Then quantity of grey water, land availability, ground slope, reuse types such as toilet flushing, gardening, floor washing, etc. And the last is availability and cost of filter media. Types of grey water treatment. The grey water treatment is broadly classified into two categories: primary treatment. After the commencement of primary treatment, the secondary treatment. The primary treatment is again classified into two categories: equalization and screening. Yeah. Here you can see the equalization tank. This is a setup. The main function of the equalization tank is to act as a buffer to collect the raw incoming sewage that comes at widely fluctuating rates and pass it on to the rest of the sewage treatment plant at a steady flow rate. So, why is the equalization tank rectangular in shape? It is to provide a placement of air diffusers for full flow coverage. The next is screening. Screening is the first unit operation used at wastewater treatment plants. The screening removes objects such as racks, paper, plastics, and metals to prevent damage and clogging of downstream equipment, piping, and other appliances. The screening can be of coarse and fine, but modern wastewater treatment plants use both coarse screens and fine screens. In the setup, you can see A denotes screen, B denotes pipe, and C denotes bypass pipe. The next is secondary treatment. It is again classified into gravel filtration, sand filtration, and chlorination. The gravel and sand filtrations are very similar to each other. The layers of sand and gravel arranged accordingly to density and sand particle size trap and strain particles in the water. Water flows relatively fast here, about 5 to 30 meters per hour through the layers. The filtered water is then collected in a pipe and passed on to the next treatment process. So this is the setup. The gravel and sand particles are sedimented at the bottom layer. That is collected over the pipe that is filtered at the bottom. The next is chlorination. Water chlorination is the process of adding chlorine or chlorine compounds such as sodium hypochlorite to water. This method is generated to kill bacteria, viruses, and other microbes in water. Particularly, we can say chlorination is used to prevent the spread of waterborne diseases such as cholera, dysentery, typhoid. In the setup, the raw water is being mixed with coagulants and then passed on to the coagulation flocculation basin, and then to the sedimentation basin, and here polymerization takes place, and then it comes to the filter, then to the disinfectant basin and finished water storage, and then it can be used for home consumption. The next is various sources of contamination. What are the various sources of contamination? The water that is being contaminated by impurities is generally called the grey water. The sources that get contaminated and destroy the water's nature can be of biological, chemical, and physical forms. The biological form includes microorganisms, and the chemical includes dissolved salts like sodium, nitrogen, phosphates, chlorides, and chemicals such as oils, fats, milk, soap, detergents. The physical form can be soil, food, lint. Can grey water be used for drip irrigation? So, what is drip irrigation? A drip irrigation is a supplying of water drop by drop through fixing pipes at the bottom of the plants. The pipes have some holes through which the water comes to the plants. So, the grey water, if it contains some impurities, it will clog the small emitters and blocks the passage of water. So, to use a drip irrigation system successfully, some of the following steps has to be considered or has to be provided. First of all, we have to filter the grey water. It should be free of impurities. And secondly, have a plan to clean the filter. Third, employ grey water compatible drip irrigating tubing. Here you can see the laundry grey water system with small settling tank and drag hose for irrigation. What are the effects of using grey waters in irrigation on soil and plants? Yeah, it increases the salinity, sodium absorption ratio, and organic content of soil. The increase in salinity in turn increases the soil erosion. So it is quite dangerous for the growth of plants. And To reduce salinity, leaching of salt with fresh water is highly recommended. The chemical properties of the vegetable crops are not affected, but the biological quality of the vegetable crops has been adversely affected. If we handle the precaution measures carefully, these effects can be overcome. Uh, this table shows the domestic water consumption for one person, wastewater source, and the volume used. There are three categories of water: black water, drinking water, and grey water. Yeah, toilet. So, for toilet, 30 liters of water has been used by a single person in a day. For drinking purposes, 5 liters, and for cooking, 5 liters, and the grey water. For bathing, 55 liters, cloth washing, 20 liters, house washing, 10 liters, utensils washing, 10 liters, and total grey water is 95 liters. So, from this table, it is clearly known that the use of grey water is high. Grey water sources and percent of household flow. The categories are black water and grey water. Black water is used for toilet and kitchen waste. For toilet, it is 40%, and for kitchen waste, it is 10%. And grey water for mist, laundry, bath, or shower. For mist, it is 5%, and laundry 15%, and bath or shower, it is 30%. Overall, the use of grey water percent is high for household flow. Is grey water irrigation hazardous? Some significant health and hygiene risks are there that has to be well managed, as grey water often contains some harmful bacteria or germs or any other microorganisms that causes threat to the growth of plants and other things. And again, if grey water is stored for more than 24 hours, definitely it needs some treatments like filtration and disinfection so that it can be used for any valuable sources. Advantages. The first advantage is reduced water use. With the use of grey water recycling system, the amount of water that was previously being used can be brought down to half. Water is known to be an essential asset for us, so it is a resource that need to be conserved for generations to come, and in order to do just that, recycling grey water is the best option. The second is it saves cash. On the off chance that you're being billed heavily in regard to the usage of water, by incorporating grey water recycling system, your water bill will be cut down to half. And the third is heat recuperation. Heated water incorporates thermal energy, and this thermal energy goes down the drain each time we use water bathing, washing, or utilizing hot water for various other things. A grey water recycling system uses the thermal energy to warm new approaching cold water. This implies that reduces the measure of energy used up to 60%. The next is reduced water sent to sewage facilities. A few urban communities are working hard in order to meet the demands of the sewage system. As a result, the untreated wastewater seem to settle down in places where no one needs it. Fifth is more conscientious water use. Changes and progressions that you make by utilizing a grey water system can have a great advantage for you and the nature both. The last is reclamation of supplements. Recycled grey water incorporates supplements that are supposed to be good for the growth of your plants. So make use of recycled grey water in order to water the plants. It also builds the value of your home. In order to enhance water preservation changes, a home that is equipped with an approach to diminish water utilization into half will inevitably turn into an alluring alternative for individuals hoping to purchase homes in areas that are water conserving. And the conclusion is setting up a grey water recycling system may appear like a staggering task. However, one can possibly enable you to live more sustainably and economically. Thank you.